Hi, it's Vex, and next to us we have our burn deck. That's right, this is our series of Let's Build a Deck for Modern. This is our Modern burn deck. This is actually our first fully foiled burn deck. I did talk about Zombie Bombardment, and here was our first attempt at foiling a deck, but you know, it was a legacy deck. It's almost impossible to foil because dual lands do not come in foil. But Modern, everything for Modern comes in foil because nothing on Modern is on the reserve list. So this is our fully foiled Modern deck. So let's just check it out as I spread the cards across here. I've always loved playing Burn. Burn's one of my favorite archetypes since I was a kid. When I first started Magic, you know, around Fallen Empires, of course. My friend, you know, showed me a Burn deck. That's when you had, you know, 20 creatures, 20 spells, 20 lands. So it was pretty fun. So set up the lands right here. You know, Lightning Bolt back in the day was pretty dope. So, it's hard to set this up here. But yeah, we played Lightning Bolt. Let's see what else we got. Incinerate. I know when Incinerate came out, I was like, man, you got another Bolt, even though it costs 2 mana. It's still sweet. It's not that great, by the way. So you have the Sunbaked Canyon here. So let's go through his deck. I laid out some lands here, but let's actually go through his deck here. Let's go through the creature suite. We got our Goblin Guides. Came out original Zendikar. When this came out, it was amazing. So actually, before we go through the deck, let's talk about the goal of the deck. I know I just love looking at these full cards. They're so sweet looking. The goal of the deck is to count to 20. And in Modern, it's easier to count to 20 than other formats. Oops, I dropped the card. Because of these right here, the mana base. People play fetch, right? They play their fetch lands, and they play their shock land mana base, right? A couple fetches here or there, that's 2 life. That puts you at 18. That makes you 6 burn spells. Burn spells are about an average of 3 per spell. 6 burn spells closer to death. So the whole idea is Dex once counts you down from 20 to 0 as fast as possible. So people play Fetch Shock Mana Base. If they Fetch Shock, that's like a burn spell for you already because they take 3 damage. So I mean, there's some decks that do not do shocks. For instance, Amulet Titan. They have the anti-burn card in Radiant Fountain. You know, so that's the mana base here. So the idea is you have your creature suite. Burn is focused on one thing, just dealing that 20 damage. And hopefully, if it's Modern, it's like 17. But 20 total. You have your creature suite here, Goblin Guide. Usually, if you play it in first turn, you can attack right away. You might give them a land, might not. Then you deal 2. If you're lucky, you can attack them on the second turn. You deal 4. So this could be up to 2 to 4. Sometimes when you top deck it, when they have tons of creatures, it deals 0. Kind of sucks, but it's very, very powerful in the early game. So we have 4 of these. Monastery Swiftspear. This is the real powerhouse right here. Right here. Turn 1 has haste prowess. You can attack, for 1. But next turn, when you have 2 mana open, you can attack for potentially 3. You attack, if they have 2/2, do they really block? Because all you do is play a burn spell like a Lightning Bolt, bolt the face. This turns to a 2/3. Bam, can't block. You get, or they do block. You get free kill. And then Eidolon the Great Revel. So Eidolon the Great Revel is a really, really powerful card. This creature costs 2 mana. It does not have haste. So what it does is it makes up in that because whenever a player casts a spell, even you, CMC or mana value now 3 or less, deals 2 damage to that player. So Modern is dictated by a lot of spells that cost 3 mana or less, minus Amulet Titan with the giant, Primeval Titan. But they do have Azusa and Dryad of Elysian Grove that cost 3 or less. It deals 2 damage, so it does deal a lot of damage. And if usually it's good for 2 damage because it takes 2 mana to remove it, or something 3 or less to remove it. So, but it does deal damage to you too. But you don't care because you're just going after the face. You're like fetch shocking yourself. You got these Horizon lands that deal damage to you every time you tap it. But Again, your ultimate goal is you don't care about your own life. You're just going right after theirs. So these are the creatures here. And these are the classical burn spells. Again, all in foil here. The most classical burn spell, let's go with there. Let's go right to it. Lightning Bolt. And also, I forgot to mention that I do love the arts with the watermarks. So if there's an art with a watermark, with good art, of course, I would prefer that over most arts. That's why I have the Lightning Bolt with the M watermark, as in meaning this is printed in Masters 25, referring to it, this Lightning Bolt printed in the original base alpha set. So 4 Lightning Bolts, the best burn spell ever printed, or will ever be printed ever. Hopefully they're not desperate enough to make a 4 damage bolt, but I don't think they won't even put this in Pioneer or even Historic. Historic has Brainstorm, by the way, now. They won't even put this in Historic. So Bolt, super powerful there. Next version of the Bolt, there is no Chain Lightning in Modern, but Lava Spike. Again, the art I prefer is the new art with the bottom border, so it's all consistent, if at all possible. That's why I got these Goblin Guides. I do have the original Zendikar Goblin Guides in foil, but I got these new Double Masters ones because they were cheap and they have the newest borders. Lava Spike. Even though I do like the Champions foils, I actually do have a set of those foils as well. I've been through a lot of foils. I actually had another set of Eidolon foils because I had them before they came out, Masters 25. I've been trying to upgrade this deck. I made this deck a while ago, but I upgrade it slowly. Then we have our Boros Charm. This is the Gate Crash, so this is Boros Burn, not Mono Red Burn. That's why we're playing our Sacred Foundries, Inspiring Vantages, Sunbed Canyons, because we need Boros Colors, because Boros Charm does 4 damage for 2 mana, so it's a very good rate. It does other things like, gives Indestructible or do Double Strike. It's got the cool Boros symbol, but it does not have the newest frame. I'm working on getting Masters 25 ones. It doesn't have the shiny watermark, but it does have the new frame, and it does have a watermark, so it's not that. It's pretty good. Lightning Helix. So this is the exception. I actually really, really, really like this Ajani Lightning Helix. I know the original Ravnica has a Boros watermark, but this is an exception because I just love this art so much more than the original Helix. So Lightning Helix, deal 3, gain 3, so it's like Lightning Bolt and Healing Salve in one card, except for it's a much better card than Healing Salve. Obviously it costs 2 mana, deal 3 damage, so it's not very efficient on rate, but if you are in need of life because Eidolon is hurting you or you're playing against another burn deck, Lightning Helix is good. And it also deals straight to the dome or creatures. So that's pretty nice there. Got some more burn spells. Searing Blaze. They have not reprinted this card. I'm waiting for the reprint. But this is insane rate if you can get off landfall. Red, deal 1 to a player or 1 to a creature. 1 to a player. 1 damage to target player and 1 damage to target creature that player controls. Landfall, you do a 3 and 3. So you can technically do up to 6 damage if you do a landfall. That's why in Burn, you have some fetch lands. Don't crack them too fast because you might draw a Searing Blaze or you might have one, so you can save it. Playing this on turn 2 with putting your land to play is amazing. You clear a blocker. If you play Goblin Guide turn 1, Searing Blaze turn 2, you get to clear a blocker, deal 3 to the dome, and then deal an additional 2. So I love Searing Blaze. And I'm actually happy that the Earl is banned now because this deck is actually viable again. My God, when Earl was in it everywhere in every format, Burn was just not viable because an Earl would give you up 1 card, up 3 life. So it's like up 2 cards already. And then it would come back over and over again. So it's just like negate a Lightning Bolt or a Lava Spike. It was just so bad. Next card here is a Rift Bolt. So it costs 2 in a red, but most of the time you pay 1, you suspend it for 1 turn, and then deal 3 damage to any target. This one does have the watermark FNM, so it's like I have to have a choice between watermark or new border. I do have, obviously I have 3 new border ones, 3 with watermarks, so I'm keeping the watermarks for now. I think when Searing Blaze goes to new border, then I will upgrade to the entire deck to new border. But until then, we get the FNM Rift Bolts. And of course, this deck is all 4 of 4 Goblin Guides, 4 Monastery Mentors, 4 Eidolons, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. I couldn't do a split. Some people split Lightning Helix and Skullcrack. No. I do all 4s. The newest one from Radical Allegiance, Skewer the Critic. Again, costs 2 and a red, like Rift Bolt. But if you spectacle it, it can cost 1 red. So it's very good. And it does have the Rakdos watermark. So it does have a watermark in there. Very, very happy. The mana base, one of my favorite mountains, Khans of Tarkir Mountain. No, not even a 4-hour mountain with the sunset. So I love that mountain here. And you're playing 20 lands. You are playing some white lands. Sacred Foundry. Inspiring Vantage. So 4 of these. Where's my 4th one? There it is. 4 of these Inspiring Vantages. Let's see. And you do play a lot of Cyborg cards, Cyborg white cards. So that's why I have a lot of white in your deck. You have Sunbaked Canyon. Well, when this came out, that was a huge upgrade right there. Because now flooding out doesn't hurt as much because you have 5 lands that could draw you cards. So you have the 3 Sunbaked Canyons, and then you have the Fiery Islet to draw a card. Fire Islet, you only use it for red, never for the blue. And they have 6 fetch lands to help do Searing Blaze and help get your Sacred Foundries. Yep. So this deck is pretty simple. Uses kill your opponent quick as possible. And then we have some sideboard cards. Obviously, during sideboard games, the games slow down quite a bit. So we do have some sideboard cards here. Oops, dropping things. Sorry. We do have some sideboard cards here. We have. I use this token as a spacer between my sideboard and my main deck. But we don't make elemental cards at all. But sideboard, the Path of Exile is to kill creatures that your burn deck just cannot kill. Core Firewalker does have a little, again, it's been reprinted in new border, but it does have a little DCI watermark here. It's pretty neat. So this is against other burn decks or other red decks. Again, it costs double white. That's why you have so many white cards. White lands. Rest in peace for some graveyard shenanigans here. Roiling Vortex. For decks that pack, that are just sitting there dirtling around with life gain. This is really good with Earl, but with Earl, like Earl out of there, you can just use this for the Heliod combo if they're about to gain infinite life. You can just keep it up, keep 1 mana up, and just pay their 1 red. Can't gain life this turn. You play it for things that I think Blitz or wherever has spells that cost nothing. So if a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast that spell, Rolling Vortex deals 5 damage to that player. So if they cast Force Negation without paying the mana cost, or Mutagenic Growth or Lava Dart or something, bam, 5 damage. So it's good there. I might increase the number depending on the meta. Again, sideboard is very meta dependent. Skullcrack, stop getting life again, deal 3 damage. So this could be a huge life swing. It's kind of like what's that card? Lightning Helix, because it prevents you from taking damage or prevents them from gaining life and then deals 3 damage. Then you got some artifact enchantment removal. I love Wear and Tear. I used to have 3 Smash the Smithereens, but I want to Wear and Tear because mostly because of the watermark. This also has a little watermark too. So that is the burn deck. We're gonna shuffle this deck up because we love. We'll put the sideboard away, shuffle it up, and then do a quick goldfish. How fast can we count to 7? All right, so we're gonna shuffle this deck up. But before then, if you enjoy the video, give the video a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. If you enjoy full decks, definitely hit the deck list and TCG Player affiliate link in the description below. Helps me build these cool decks to show you guys because it is super fun. Just showing you all the foily cards. All right, we'll be right back. All right, we are back. So this is our turn 1. This is our opponent's life total. Of course, we gotta keep track of that. That's how we go fish. This is a turn 4 deck. It's not degenerate. Like Amulet Titan, which is could win on turn 2. But it is a good deck. It does have staying power. And let's see how we do it. All right, see, I get 7 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do want to build like Amulet Titan in foil because it requires no fetch lands, which makes it much cheaper. All right, let's see, we got 2 lands. That's good. Good. We got Goblin Guide, some damage spells right here. Actually, right now, I wish this was a Swift Spear, because turn 2 we could do 2 damage, kill something, or deal Bolt, Skewer, deal 3 damage. But at last it's not, so we'll play, let's say we're on the play Inspiring Vantage, Goblin Guide, kaboom, instantly. And the funny part is if they draw a land, they don't have a 1-drop, they have to discard the card, so it's not that great. But we don't care about giving cards. All we care about is killing them before they can deploy all their cards. All right. Let's say they say they do have 1-drop because they're so lucky. Boom. Draw a card, draw a land. All right. What we want to do is actually want to save this fetch land, just in case we get another Searing Blaze. But hypothetically, let's say they have a 1-drop here. We do landfall. We Searing Blaze. Boom. 3 damage to the dome. Kill the blocker. Attack them. Right to 13 life. And pretending that they don't even fetch shock. If they fetch shock, they're at 10 life. That's even worse. They're killing themselves. I think if they fetch lock, we win next turn. But let's say they didn't. Right. 13 life. Searing Blaze deals 3. Goblin deals 4. All right, next turn. Boom. Skewer the critics. So we're going to play our land. So what we can do is just clear a blocker, or just go after the face. This is 12 damage right here. So we could just, let's say we crack this, we get another mountain, and well, if we don't really care about our life, we get a Sacred Foundry, but let's say we do care about our life a little bit. Now again, if this is like a Death Shadows, don't point your burn at them right away. Grow their Death Shadows. Get this mountain here, right there. And again, if they're playing like Skyclave, that black one, the black Zendikar Rising version of Death Shadow, Skyclave Apparition, is that right? No, that's the White Flyer one. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right, so you do this. What you could do is you could just Lava Spike the face. Tap this. That was 3 damage to the face. This has Spectacle, Skewer critics to face. Right there. Down to 7. Skewer the critic the face again. Down to 4. Right there. So this is enough to kill them. If we top deck a burn card, they're dead. Alright, let's see if we get there here. Turn 4. Right, let's say they produce a blocker for a Goblin Guide, so we can't do anything there. Boom. Boros Charm. Oh, that just kills them straight up. So what you do is you could either, Boros Charm them. Turn 4. Kill them. Dead. In response to Boros Charm, Lightning Bolt. You put you at 1. Then Boros Charm you. So anyways, yeah, this is usually typically a turn 4 deck. It's really fast out of the gates. Puts pressure on the opponent to always make suboptimal plays because, they don't know what's in your hand. You could just kill them instantly. Super fun. I think a lot of people say this is a deck for beginners. It is a cheaper deck to build. There's a mono red version where you don't need the fetch lands or these little horizon lands. But it is skill intensive. You gotta know when to fire off your burn deck. Sometimes you do get an easy victory where you just play your Goblin Guy on turn 1 and then boom. But man, I just want to show you the sweet foil cards. 100% full deck, all 75 cards. It is sweet. Again, I don't have the Expedition lands. I do own Expedition lands from Zendikar Rising and Battle for Zendikar in other decks, but just wanted the framed. I do also own the watch my Double Masters video, the full art Goblin Guide foils, but I kind of wanted some consistency. When you fan it out, you see some frames. I didn't want some like crazy art. I know there's the Boros Charm. What is that? The Secret Lair Boros Charm. It looks kind of weird with the heart there. You want to kill him dead. There's the Monastery Swift Spear. There's so many variants of everything. There's the old border one, but I want all new border. Again, I want the bottom to be consistent. Hopefully they'll reprint this so I can get the consistent one day. This one I got the Masters 25. I'm working on that. Once I have everything consistent, I will switch these to the either the Iconic Masters foils that I also own too. Anyways, thanks for hanging in with me. Thanks for checking out my foil deck. Again, if you enjoyed the video, give this video a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Then, come back and join me for more magic. I hope you have a wonderful day.